Hello friends, it's Jen and I'm back for another fun Pilates workout. Today we're going to be focusing on the abs and the thighs using our fitness flex or fitness circle. Not to worry if you don't have one, you can still reap the benefits of this workout. We're going to be completing 2 circuits with 10 exercises each, working for 40 seconds with a 15-second break in between. And we're completing everything twice. You are sure to feel your inner and outer thighs, abs, and your glutes burn with this workout. So go ahead friends, get your mat, clear some space, and let's get going right away with our warm-up. Okay, let's get started with our first exercise called ab prep. Go ahead and come on down onto your back, knees bent, feet at hips distance, spine is in neutral. Start with the arms above the head, ribcage connected. Hold on to the circle, off we go, nod the chin, exhale, come on up, hold the fitness circle into the chest, and then inhale, reach it out and above. Keep it going. Nice and controlled, working with your breath. Exhale. Inhale, press into the circle as you lower back down. Nod the chin, come on up. All right, and release. Okay, roll all the way up as you move into the half roll back. Place the circle between the knees, above the knees, between the thighs. Arms out in front of you, nod the chin, flex forward. And we're going to squeeze the circle on the roll back. So take a deep breath in, exhale, tilt the pelvis, roll back and squeeze. And inhale, come forward and release. Now what I want to say to you is when you are rolling back, initiate the squeeze with the inner thigh contraction. Don't just mindlessly squeeze the circle. Think about activating those inner thighs to initiate that squeeze. And inhale forward. Exhale, tilt and roll back. Squeeze, inhale, flex forward. A few more. Let's see if you can get a couple more in. I'm not sure we'll make it. Good, and release. All right, moving right into the roll up. So stretch your legs out, lower all the way down. Arms are going to start above the head. You can keep a bend through the elbows. So similar to how we did the ab prep, you can do that here or keep the arms straight. So inhale, spin a circle to the ceiling, exhale, nod the chin, roll up, and think about guiding the crown of your head through the circle. Inhale, curl it down, exhale, back to the start. Now if you're rolling halfway, same concept, think about reaching the forehead or the nose, look through the circle, and come back down, okay? Let's keep it going until we run out of time. But don't worry, we're repeating everything twice. So we'll have another chance to explore this a little bit more. It takes some getting used to sometimes when you're working with a prop. All right. Good stuff. Okay, so getting ready for our 100. So place the circle between above the ankles. Come on down, imprint the spine. When we hear the ding, nod the chin, lift up. And you're gonna squeeze the circle on the exhale. So exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it going. Remember, if your neck feels tired, you can always place your head down. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a quick little hug. And now we're moving into our single leg stretch. So, arms straight up, imprint again, legs up to tabletop, nod the chin, head and shoulders up, take the arms back, off we go. Stretch the legs out nice and long. Press into the circle. Nice long legs, plantar flexion through the ankles and point your toes. The head starts to feel tired, lower the head down. Keep the front ribs in, keep the squeeze of the circle. Can you see me shaking? New pathways to the brain are working. And release. Hug it in. Moving into obliques. So you can do this with the feet down and come up and reach across, or imprint, and we'll do the obliques the way we would normally do. This time, nod the chin, lift up, and you're going to reach the circle off to the side, squeeze into it, come back through center and switch. So release in the center and inhale, exhale, reach. And you can pick up the pace once you get the rhythm, or make the movements more fluid. And time. Take a quick little rest here. Moving into our scissors. So legs straight up, a little bit of a bend to the knee, plantar flexion. Actually, let's dorsiflex for a little change. Okay, you can keep the head down, squeeze, and scissor the legs. Just as you would if you were drawing the leg towards you. I like the little switch up here with the dorsiflexion at the ankles and spread those toes. Woo! Are you feeling your abs yet? Keep squeezing the circle. Head can be down for this, or head and shoulders up. And time. Okay, add in lots of spice, moving into our double leg stretch. So circle above the ankles, head and shoulders up, squeeze into the circle on the exhale, big breath in, exhale, squeeze, whoops, and reach. Inhale. Keep the head and shoulders up, tummy in tight. Squeeze on the exhale, release on the inhale. Getting those inner thighs fired up, as well as the abs for our next circuit. And time. Okay, so now we're going to do a little variation on teaser. So one foot stays down, arms come up above the head, Opposite leg is straight. So we're going to roll up and back down. Drop the leg, roll up, reach. Ooh, almost didn't make it there. And down. Roll up, reach, squeeze the circle, and release. Strong breath, strong connection to the abs. Legs are working, arms are working. Very challenging workout. And time. Whew, and not a moment too soon, right? Okay, second side. Plant your left leg, or left foot rather. Leg out, arms above the head, rib cage connected. Off we go, big breath in, and exhale, roll up. Lower the leg as you lower back down. Few more seconds. And time. Okay, let's take a quick little break and we'll get started with round 2. Okay, so we're back and we're starting from the top with our ab prep. So go ahead, come on down. Feet on the floor planted, neutral spine, arms above, off we go. Remember you're squeezing the circle as you bring it towards the chest. Not the chin, exhale. Inhale, release as you lower. Keep the glutes relaxed. Focus on your abdominals to bring you into this flexed spinal position. And time. Moving into our half roll back, so roll all the way up. Fitness circle above the knees. Not the chin, I'm going to turn the direction a little bit. Here we go. Flex forward, take a big breath in. Exhale, tilt. Draw the navel in, roll back and squeeze. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale. Watch for elevation and over protraction through the shoulders, so keep the shoulder blades gently squeeze onto the back of the ribs. Exhale, roll back, tilt the pelvis, pull the navel in, squeeze. Remember, activate the inner thighs to get that squeeze. A few more seconds. Tilt it back. Beautiful. And release. Okay, moving on to 100. So fitness circle above the ankles. Imprint. Big breath in. Exhale, nod the chin, lift up. And off we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can keep the arms moving, keep working with your breath, focus on that squeeze. Again, thinking about initiating with the inner thighs, so really activating them, pumping the arms up and down, keeping stable and steady through the upper body flex. Let the breath flow. And time. Knees in, hug it out, moving into our roll up. Remember, you can always do the half roll up, legs fully extended, or maybe the knees bent might be a bit more comfortable for you to roll up and through. Or you can always work with your half roll up. So off we go. Nod, bring the arms to the ceiling, nod the chin, roll up, and the head is going through the circle. Let me move back a bit. Okay, and roll back down. If you're doing the half, you're going to look through your circle, like so, and release. Good. And release. Nicely done. Going into our single leg stretch, you're going to scoot forward a little bit. Imprint your spine, legs up to tabletop. Arms up, slightly leading back, head down or up. If you're lifting up the head, go ahead and do that now. And let's go for it. Press into the circle as you cycle the legs through. Reach, reach, reach. Nice long legs. And time. Head and shoulders down, knees into chest. Obliques are up next. And remember, I give you the option to have your feet down. You'll come up and reach over to the side. Okay? So, choose your option, imprint the legs, nod the chin, and off we go. Squeeze the circle as you reach over to the side. Look through the circle. Less than 10 seconds left. 3. And time. Take a quick, teeny tiny little itty bitty break. Then we're moving into scissors. Okay. So imprint once again to any degree. Legs up, and we're working with the dorsiflexion. Arms up and slightly back. Off we go. So with the legs, you want to try not to go here. So you're going to go to the degree that you can maintain your imprint. Squeeze the circle, don't forget the circle. And time. Okay, double leg. So I know last time we had the legs on the outside, but this time let's put the legs on the inside. So we're pushing into the circle, working the outer thighs. Whoops, that time flew. Let's go for it. Big breath in, exhale, out, and in. How does this feel in comparison to before? Keep the head and shoulders up. Tummy nice and tight. If you want to just focus on the legs, you can just focus on the legs. Keep the arms down. So you're pushing into the circle, a little bit more intensity when you extend the legs, but of course you have to keep pushing into it to keep the circle from falling. A little bit more challenging. Whew. And release. Okay. Our last exercise here, that little teaser thing we've got going on. So arms up above the head, leg out. Okay, arms to the ceiling, roll up, reach to the toes, lower the leg as you lower back down. Ooh. Strong breath. Think of the big back roll. steady. Press into the circle, working the upper body as well. And time. Hallelujah. Okay, second side, and then we're done with this circuit. Are you ready? I'm as ready and willing and able to go. Off we go. Let's get it, team. Oh, that was tough. So you can see it is a lot of effort for me too, you know? I mean, I have to work just as hard in some instances as my students do, if not harder sometimes. Some exercises are harder for me because of the relationship of the length of my limbs to my torso, and this is one heck of a long lever. But I do what I can and encourage you to do the same. And release. All right, we did it. We got through our second round of our first circuit, the abdominals, and we're coming back in a few seconds to do our second circuit, focusing on the thighs. All right, let's get ready. I'm gonna set us up. So basically, we're starting with our top leg abduction. So you're lying down on the right side of the body, and you're going to place the circle, your leg, bring the bottom leg through the circle, and you're gonna use that leg to anchor the circle down on its side. Okay? All right, let's get the clock going. So we're going to make sure we have a nice long line with the body, tummy in. We're gonna pick the top leg up and press down into the circle using the inner thigh. Tummy in nice and tight. This hand is offering you support, but you wanna try not to put all of your weight into that arm, okay? So you're gonna point lift, exhale, squeeze, push onto the circle, and lift back up. Okay? Remember, you wanna stay nice and tight through the abdominals. Try not to let the rib cage drop. So there's a lot to think about, but we just focus on doing one thing at a time. So you're lengthening, squeeze, reach, and lift. Good. Now circles. Normally I would do this with a much bigger circle, but you want to bring the leg on the inside and make tiny little circles and try not to touch the inside of the circle with your leg. Okay? All right? Off we go, tiny little circles. I always think of that game, I think it was called Operation, where you had to try to put the pieces of the organs back into the shapes without touching it, otherwise there would be like an electric buzz sound. I think about that when I change direction with your circles, when I think of this particular exercise here, and I've already buzzed twice. But it's a really good exercise. Oh, I just touched again, because it really isolates right here. Oh, wow. And time. Okay, so now keeping the circle where it is, you're gonna push into both ends. You might need to get a little bit more support here. We're gonna lift both legs up. Are you ready? Let's go. Up and down. So have to keep that press, like what we did in the double leg stretch before. Tummy in, nice and tight, reach. Think about reaching the toes away from the crown of your head. Lift and lower. Working the obliques as well. Reach and lower. If you think you're using your hand too much, bring it up. Lift it up. So there's no temptation. I can't see the clock, so I can't tell you how much time we have left. Just gotta keep going. Good, and time. Okay, top leg comes up. Oh, see my leg shaking? It's gonna keep it down. Now we're gonna squeeze the bottom leg to lift it up. Okay, so this is what we're doing now. All right? So let's get ourselves set up. Off we go and lift to squeeze. Let's keep both ankles flexed and squeeze. So you're keeping the press of the top leg, so you're working this inner thigh, and the bottom leg is working too to come up to meet. Squeeze them together, a little pause and release. Squeeze and release. Push through the heel and ball of the feet and the crown of the head away from each other. All right, shoulder bridge, circle between the knees. Arms up, squeezing when we lift. Off we go. Squeeze, release, and lower. Squeeze, release, and lower. Control it, especially on the recoil. And time. Okay, let's roll on to the other side. Starting with our top leg abduction. So circle on its side. Create a nice long line with the body. Off we go. Lift and lower. Just need to adjust a little bit more here. Okay, point and lift and lower and squeeze. Press down. Tummy in nice and tight. And again, if you find you're putting too much weight into that front hand here, take the hand away. Use your abs to help you stabilize more, less tension. Ooh. In the neck. It's funny, you know, I do enjoy doing asymmetrical work, but the thing is that time, and now you're going to bring your leg on the inside to do our operation. The thing is that even though you are actively working one leg, the stabilizing leg is working too. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can operate without causing any issue. Oh, did you see that? That was a big one. That would have been a huge buzz. So I'll just go a little bit smaller. And the funny thing is, the smaller the circle sometimes, the more intense the burn. So you can imagine what I'm feeling right now. I hope you're feeling it too, and I'm not going through this alone. But yeah, so even though this is a leg that's active, this is the gesture leg here, this leg is stabilizing as well. So all these muscles are being held like isometrically while this one is going through the movement. All right, operation done. So now flex both ankles, and we're gonna push the top leg into the circle and lift both legs up. Get ready for it. Get ready. Time is almost going to be here for us to begin. Okay, here we go. Lift and lower. Keep pushing into the circle. Push through the heels and balls of your feet. Toes can be spread wide for a little extra sauce. Remember, adding a little bit of spice to these exercises, which is why I like working with props. It kind of brings that little variety to the exercise that we get familiar with, that we can like do without thinking, like breathing. But when we add another layer, it challenges us in a different way. We start creating new brain pathways of doing something that we've grown accustomed to. Oh my, really felt that on this side. Okay, top leg comes on the outside now to stabilize. Oops. Keep that pressed down, so activate. And the bottom leg is going to come up to meet it. Off we go. Lift it up and squeeze and lower. But yeah. So it's good to change things up. You know, we won't get bored. We can always find a way to add a little bit more excitement to our workouts, because it can be hard to get yourself motivated every day doing the same thing. So just finding ways to mix things up and keep it interesting, much like you do your relationships, you know, date nights and those sorts of things, just to add a little bit of variety. Okie dokie. On the back, whew. Let's come into our shoulder bridge. Between the thighs once again. Arms up, off we go. So let's add a double pulse. Pulse, pulse, and release. Pulse, pulse, and release. I'm just having a hard time today with this. Pulse, pulse, and release. It can be a bit tricky, but this is a newer model of the Flex Circle from Mary Few Corporation. Just to say that they have a bigger one, but this one is smaller and it makes it a bit easier and more comfortable for placing between the knees. And then you don't have to take your legs as wide to accommodate it. So it's quite nice. I actually prefer to work with this one. So anywho, we'll take a quick little break here and then we'll come back and do our second round of our thigh workout. All right, let's get going. Come onto your side. Start with a top leg abduction. So now that we've done it, I find sometimes it's great to do a workout where you only do the exercise once. But for me, what I find sometimes, and to be honest with you, depending on how I feel, those are the type of workouts that I prefer. But what I've come to realize is that in my own workouts and when I'm teaching my students, I notice that by the time we get to the second round, the second time doing the particular exercise, they're so much better at it and time. They have managed to, their body's more warmed up and attuned to the movement, and their brain and everything, their mind-body connection is there, so it goes a lot smoother. So it's really good to have that repetition. Get ready for our operation, folks. So let's start. I forgot to change circles on the other, change direction. So I'll pay more attention this time. So let's start going anti-clockwise. Uh-oh. And let's just take a peek here to tell you when to change direction. I was too busy gabbing on. All right, change direction with the circles. Whoops. Lots of buzzing happening here. So let me control it. Feel for it. So the breath, slow the breath down and maybe engage a little bit more if you're having a similar challenge. Lengthen and circle. All right, beautiful. So now both legs are going to lift up. So dorsiflexion, toes spread. Get ready to lift. You can pick that top leg up and begin to press it into the circle. Off we go. Take the hand away if you know you're tempted to lean into it too much. Whoops. I lost my circle there. You don't want to lose your circle. All right, push through the heels and ball and the crown of the head. Reach them away from each other. You could also just have your feet separated and lift them up without the circle. If you had a mini band, you could use a mini band, which might be even tougher. All right, and time. Top leg comes on top now to hold the circle in place. And we're going to bring the bottom leg up to reach it. So push down, hold that isometrically. Off we go, lift and squeeze. Initiate with the squeeze of that inner thigh. When you squeeze the inner thigh, you should feel that leg starting to move on its own because of that strong contraction of the inner thigh. And you want to control the lowering of the leg as much as you are the lift. All right, come onto your back for a shoulder bridge. Let's stick with that double pulse, that felt really good. And what we're gonna do for the last shoulder bridge is we'll just hold it up and pulse. Off we go. Up, pulse, pulse and release. How are those glutes feeling? Those inner thighs, those outer glutes, outer thighs. Pulse, pulse and release. And time. Last lap here. Let's rock on over to the other side. Get set up. Bottom leg in. Full confession, I could barely lift my leg just now to put it into the circle. Okay, let's get it done and dusted, folks. Top leg abduction. Lengthen and lift. This rib cage thing is tricky. We could forget about it. Did you see how I started to sag here? So pull it up. Even if you're connected to the mat, even if there's no space, you still want to think about drawing it away from the mat. Push down and squeeze the inner thigh and reach and lift. Squeeze. Okie dokie. Let's move into the circles now, our final and last operation here. And we'll start anti-clockwise again, clockwise. Get ready, off we go. Uh-oh. This is why I teach Pilates and I'm not a surgeon. I know my limitations. So reach back, lengthen, get ready to change direction now. Whoops. I almost forgot to tell you to change direction again. Oh. All right, we did it. Okay, flex both ankles, legs long and strong. Pull the navel in, create that little imaginary mouse hole right here. Get ready, lift the top leg, press it in, and off we go. Lift and lower. Reach and lower. Oh, okay. Keep the circle in place. Hey, Miko. He just saw me. He's like, what are you doing, Mom? Coming to see what's up? Hey, buddy, you had a nap? Oh, wow, he really is coming to see me. Hey, love. Aw. Oh, goody, and time. Inner thighs. Top leg comes on. Top, push down. And now the bottom is coming up to meet. Keep that squeeze. Keep pressing into the circle. Tummy nice and tight. Get ready. Take the hand away. And lift and squeeze. Little pause. And release. Squeeze. And release. All right, buddy. Okay. All right, Miko, you gotta move. Whenever you have to move him, he just like resists. See how he's leaning? So you can't push him out of the way. He's the only cat that I know that I have that does that. Keep squeezing, keep working. Don't be distracted by the fuzzy kitty. I'm still working, even though he's pawing at me. Push through the heel and ball, spread those toes. Great. All right. So we're nearly there. So we're gonna come onto our back. Finish strong with our shoulder. I'm gonna turn back this way because Miko's blocking me. We're gonna finish strong with our pulse. We're gonna stay up and pulse it up. Pulse, 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 pulse. We're gonna try to get 40 pulses in for the 40 seconds. Keep those hips up high. Squeeze the butt. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep it going. You're doing so well. Squeeze. Ooh, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it in, hold the squeeze, hold the squeeze. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Oh, all right. Woo, we did it.